I'm going to tell you the story of the first thing I have to understand is time doesn't work the way you think it does. You can call me Oracle, I'm the one who's talking about the cult. And we're picking up once again in our Antichrist reference series. So I'm going to skip over history for now. I may circle back to it after I've reviewed it more in depth. But I'm going to skip down to Christian views. Christian views. Roman Catholicism. From the Fifth Council of Lateran, the Catholic Church teaches that priests may not preach or declare a fixed time for the coming of the Antichrist. The Church also teaches that it must undergo trials before the second coming, and that the Church's ultimate trial will be the mystery of iniquity. In Judaism, iniquity is a sin done out of moral failing. The mystery of iniquity, according to the Church, will be a religious deception. Christians will receiving alleged solutions to their problems at the cost of apostasy. That's not cool. That's not cool for that's not cool for any dharma. That's not cool for Christy dharma. That's not cool for any dharma. It's not cool to receive alleged solutions to your problems at giving up your faith and your religion and just renouncing your religion. Because apostasy is straight up renouncing your religion. It just is. It's what it is. That's not cool. Damn. The supreme religious deception, according to the Church, will be the Antichrist messianism, mankind glorifying himself rather than God and Jesus. The Church teaches that this supreme deception is committed by people who claim to fulfill Israel's messianic hopes, world peace, immortality, end of world evil and suffering, no more poverty or pollution, etc., such as millennialism and secular messianism. Scam call, not gonna answer. Popes. Yep. There's this thing about the Pope being the Antichrist. It's actually it's happened a couple times. I think it happened most frequently because of things like indulgences and stuff. Indulgences were a terrible practice. It was basically you making a donation to the church to buy an indulgence, and it would let you do whatever sins are on the indulgence and be pre-forgiven. It was the biggest scam ever. But anyway, that's what led to the Protestant Reformation, near as I can tell. Largest part. I mean, there were other problems with the Catholic Church that, as an organization, that led to the Protestant Reformation, and which led to all sorts of new Navadharma, all sorts of effectively new religions, all these new branches of Christianity that split off of Catholicism, whole and separately from the Anglican Church, which was its own deal. All right. So Pope Pius the Ninth in the encyclical Cordis Supra, quoting Cyprian, said Satan disguises the Antichrist with the title of Christ. Pope Pius X in encyclical E Supremi. Oh, this is the views of the popes on the Antichrist as opposed to those who view the Pope as the Antichrist. Okay. Said that distinguishing mark of the Antichrist is claiming to be God and taking his place. Pope Pius the 11th in the encyclical Divini Redemptoris compared communism to pseudo-messianism of the Antichrist. Pope John Paul II, in his August 18, 1985 address in his Apostolic Journey to Africa, said 1 John 4:3, every spirit that does not acknowledge Jesus does not belong to God. This spirit is the Antichrist. Invokes the danger of theology, divorce from holiness, and theological culture, divorce from serving Christ. Pope Benedict the 16th said in Sunday Angelus of March 11, 2012, that violence is the tool of the Antichrist. In general, in the general audience of November 12, 2008, Benedict the 16th said Christian tradition had come to identify the son of perdition as the Antichrist. Pope Francis in his the Putri Vinaza. Poetry Banaza. Poetry Banaza para Christos Semasti. Pope Francis, in his morning meditation of February 2nd, 2014, said the Christian faith is not an ideology, but that the Apostle James says that the ideologues of faith are the Antichrist. In his morning meditation on September 19th, 2014, Francis said the Antichrist must come before the final resurrection. In his morning meditation 726, he said the evil spirit spoken of in 1 John is the... oh, wow, actually, is this our current Pope? Oh, heck! This is our current Pope. Our current Pope been talking about the Antichrist since 2014. It's fascinating. In his morning meditation of January 7, 2016, he said evil spirit spoken of in 1 John 6 is the Antichrist. In his morning meditation of November 11th, 2016, Francis said that whoever says the criteria of Christian love is not the incarnation is the Antichrist. Not bad from the current Pope. I actually kind of like the current Pope. Like, I, as a rule, have not liked the popes. They're pretty terrible, as a rule. But, like, this one seems, like, not terrible. Like, really, actually. Which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome to have a not terrible pope. Now, like, by terrible, what do I mean by that? Okay. Most of our recent popes have been varying degrees of less terrible. Not gonna say. I honestly feel like this one is the best one we've, like, ever had. Maybe some of the other popes, like, back in history that I, like, don't know. Like, that I don't know that I haven't, like, seen current in the context of the world today. But, like, still. Speculation of the prophecy of the popes, identified as 16th century forgery by historians, claims Rome will be destroyed during the pontificate of the last pope, implying a connection to the Antichrist. The Antichrist will not be so called, otherwise he would have no followers. He will come disguised as the great humanitarian. He will talk peace, prosperity, and plenty, not as means to lead us to God, but as ends themselves. Sounds like a politician. He will tempt Christians with the same three temptations to which he tempted Christ. He will have one great secret which will tell no one. He will not believe in God because his religion will be brotherhood without the fatherhood of God. He will deceive even the elect. He will set up a counter church. It will have all the notes and characteristics of the church, but in reverse and emptied of its divine content. It will be a mystical body of the Antichrist that will, in all externals, resemble the mystical body of Christ. Oh, yep, that sounds like the Paracletos Savi. That sounds like the Antichrist deal. Catechism in the Catholic Church. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, which John Paul II said is a sure norm for teaching the faith, puts the doctrine on the Antichrist under a subsection entitled "The Church's Ultimate Trial," equating it with the supreme religious deception and pseudo-messianism of human self-glorification. Before Christ's second coming, the Church must pass through final trials that will shake the faith of many believers. Persecution that accompanies her pilgrimage on earth will unveil the mystery of iniquity in the form of religious deception, offering men an apparent solution to their problem at the price of apostasy from the truth. The supreme religious deception is that of the Antichrist, the pseudo-messianism by which man glorifies himself in place of God and his Messiah come in the flesh. The Antichrist deception already begins to take shape in the world every time the claim is made to realize within history that messianic hope, which can be realized beyond history through the eschatological judgment. The Church has rejected even modified norms of this falsification of the kingdom to come under the name of millenniarism, especially the intrinsically perverse political form of secular messianism. And I'm gonna hold off there. It seems like a good place to stop. And that is a bit of the main Catholic Orthodox view of the Antichrist in terms of religious doctrine, in terms of how it evolved over time, and actually also surprisingly enough to me, as current as like 5-10 years ago. We've had commentary from the most recent pope. That blows my mind. We've had commentary on the Antichrist from the most recent pope. That's pretty baller. Actually, no, that's actually potentially Keenup related. That's actually potentially a sign of the apocalypse, or a sign of Armageddon. That sounds like a lot of work. Armageddon sounds like a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.